You stand at the junction of your fate in a society where shadows loom huge and the night seems to hold its breath. People find themselves pushed to the margins of life, testing their mettle in ways they never would have anticipated. But suppose I told you that the precise events that define our illumination are the darkest ones we experience. That the rejection, the mockery, and the losses are stepping stones towards something better rather than only obstacles? Imagine yourself thrown aside, your value questioned, and your aspirations discounted by those unable to perceive your promise. You have experienced weight of judgment and the sting of treachery. Still, you have to consider, what if their death turns out to be your advantage among all this? What if the universe's method of clearing the road to your actual success is the precise thing that feels like a setback? Imagine a world in which everyone around you, those who questioned you, were mistaken in what they said. Their misgivings, their jeers, and their mistrust were only noise drowning out your faint scream of possibility. Every time someone stated you weren't good enough, they just highlighted the worth of what you were trying to do. Every closed door prepared a larger entryway. The twist is that you get closer to proving them wrong the more they object. You see, you have to rise above the mess more the more they minimize your dreams. Their sorrow goes beyond simply losing you. It also involves their lost opportunity to see your climb. Imagine it like way your ambition stands much more brilliantly if everyone around you is content with mediocrity. Their restricted vision causes the flame inside you to be invisible. It is not because it is absent. Their own anxieties and insecurities bind them to their own stories. Turning their back on you means not just separating themselves from your potential, but also from a possibility to participate in something remarkable. Their loss is their own inability to look beyond their constraints and hunch over what. That is not your issue. It's time to welcome the reality that your path to something better has included every rejection, every failure, every individual who couldn't recognize your value. Their departure releases you. It releases you from their limitations, their expectations, and their meager criteria. It enables you to forge your own road free from their doubts. Their limited perspective never was supposed to dictate your world. Your potential is unbounded. Its majesty is not diminished by their ignorance of it. Rather, it emphasizes your will and fortitude. Every moment you felt passed over or undervalued was evidence of the strength of tenacity. Their questions and dismissals were little background noise to the symphony of your accomplishment. They are simply characters in your narrative. Their importance is secondary to your success. Thus, consider their criticism, uncertainty, and missed chances and turn them into gasoline for your fire. Their lack of belief should serve as a reminder that you are on the correct path and that you will soon be demonstrating that their death was absolutely a huge benefit for you. Every thread of difficulty you come across in the great tapestry of life is a component of a far more beautiful design. Their death is a blank canvas on which you may paint your masterwork rather than a nothingness. Their lack of appreciation of your value never reflected your actual worth. It was only a hint of their own constraints. Rising from the ashes of their judgment, fly above their expectations, and let your success be the most loudest, most resonant response to their uncertainties. Recall that the universe seems to be in line with people that pursue excellence nonstop. And every obstacle, every rejection, every lost chance is simply another piece of the jigsaw fittingly falling together. Accept the darker times as messengers of the brightness to arrive. Allow their loss to be the breeze under your wings, guiding you toward a time when their uncertainties are long gone and your successes will be very evident. So move ahead with the assurance that their death was only a stepping stone toward your unavoidable brilliance, never a mirror of your potential. Get tall, keep on forward, and let the symphony of your achievement drown out their doubts. You never owned their loss, really. It was always a forerunner of the brightness just yours. Accept it, own it, and let your path to be the last evidence of the strength of self-belief and fortitude.